Hello everyone, it is Bex here, and I am so excited to be here with my friend Rachel DeAlto. This one's super famous. She's best known as, what did you do on Married at First Sight?
I just got people married, some strangers, we threw them together. I was one of the experts on that. So then we helped them through the process.
She was the star of Married at First Sight. She's also a relationship expert. She is the creator of an amazing program called Unlock Love. And what else are you doing? You're an author, you're a mother of two.
Yeah, that's about it. I feel like that's enough. Is that not enough? Should I do something else?
It's never enough.
Never enough.
You're not enough. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. But seriously, the title of this video is Why He's Not Texting You Back.
Aww.
And it's so, I was looking up something else on Google. I was looking up why he's vegan. I was searching an old video of mine, and all of these topics came up, like why he's not calling you, why he's not texting you, why he's ghosting you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to call Rachel immediately because this is an emergency.
It is an emergency.
People are getting rejected and they don't know why. And that's the biggest thing, because in my business, I talk a lot about personal responsibility and accountability and integrity and honesty, and it might be you. It might be you. But that's good news, because when it's you,
it's okay if it's you.
Because you can change it.
Exactly. Or you can accept it.
So I have a husband. He always texts me back, or
That's
it's a
good.
big problem. But
or you find him. You hunt him down.
I will hunt him down.
Yeah.
But if I were single,
yes,
and a man wasn't texting me back, this is never
You could
happened.
still hunt him down. I don't suggest it, but you could.
What would be the answer? What could I start asking myself?
Well, when people say things like, why isn't he texting me back? Why isn't he calling me back? Why isn't he making plans? All of these things kind of fall under the same umbrella. The fact of the matter is, if someone, whether it's a guy or a girl, if they are interested in you, they are going to reply and pursue. Mm-hmm. So if they're not doing it, it just means that they're not interested in pursuing a relationship at the same pace that you are.
It couldn't be that they're just bad at texting.
Yeah, but if someone's actually interested in going out with you or continuing a relationship or building something with you, they're going to text back.
They find a way.
At some point. Mm-hmm. So I give, listen, if they're saying, it's 2 minutes later and they haven't texted you back, like, give me a break. But if it's consistent over the course of weeks or a month, this person's just, as cliched as is with the book, just not that into you. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. And I think part of it's accepting that and moving on to somebody else who actually is gonna pay attention to you and wanna have a relationship with you. The reasons why they're not texting back underneath that umbrella could be anything. It could be they met someone else. It could be they're not ready for the relationship that they think you want. It could be that they're not into you the way you look, the way you appear, the way you act. Like, there's a million things. And the honest to God truth is, it doesn't freaking matter. It really doesn't. Like, it matters enough for you to walk away from a situation that's not producing the results that you want. But it shouldn't matter in terms of your self-esteem or your self-worth. There's a million other people out there.
But here's the bigger question, because you're a relationship expert, but I also know you to be a deeply spiritual person, very much in touch with your own spiritual journey, and you talk about it a lot.
Yes.
So the dating stuff is fun, like the swipe left, swipe right. I actually
Totally.
don't even know what that means. I'm just repeating stuff. I really have not dated in so long.
Mind you, our mutual friend, when I was single, was swiping my Bumble in the wrong direction. That's how bad she didn't know what was going on. So my friend starts matching me with these people, and I'm like, what is happening? People who are married are not allowed to play with apps at all for their friends.
We don't know. So there's deeper issues going on when you are constantly in a situation where you're feeling rejected.
Yes.
And how do we come to terms with that? And just so you know, there's a second part to this video where Rachel, who is also a certified hypnotherapist.
Oh yeah, that's what I do too.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Is going to be offering you self-hypnosis for self-love and confidence. So we're going to get you all fixed up there. But so what are some deeper things that we can look at and deeper questions that we can ask ourselves to get out of this mess?
I think there's a couple things. And yes, the spiritual side of things, I believe that every person that's put in front of you is there to teach you something. And so if you consistently are being rejected, it's why are you placing yourself in those positions? And also, why are you allowing other people to define how you feel about yourself? So I have this all the time where, you know, a client or a friend calls me and is like, woe is me moment, like the person I like doesn't like me back. What's wrong with me is always the next question. Why isn't he texting me back? Why isn't he making plans? And then what's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. So on a spiritual side, that to me is a huge indicator to say, go deeper within, figure out why you're asking yourself that and what needs to be built up on that side, that you can have a million people not text you back. I've had people not text me back.
No.
I did. I mean, I don't think I text them either, but they didn't reach out. Like they stopped pursuing me and I don't really care why. Like it really doesn't matter. What matters is the way that I can handle it is say like, all right, on to the next. Like that person was not my person. People think that there is something that they did wrong, which I think is a huge element of this. Maybe I didn't text them the right thing. Maybe I said the wrong thing on the date. I wore the wrong outfit. All of that is BS. You cannot screw up what is meant for you. And on a spiritual plane, you really can't, nothing that is meant for you will pass you by. It's like one of my favorite sayings because it's the truth. You didn't screw anything up. Like your person will still be there through all of the stuff that you're gonna mess up. I've done some really dumb things in my relationship and somehow
I know.
he stuck around. That's his fault.
Well, what you say is interesting though about, you know, looking for outside affirmation of your value, and maybe you're seeking that when you repeatedly find people who aren't responding to you. Are you trying to affirm a negative feeling that you have about yourself?
Absolutely.
And that's a good question to ask. So ask yourself. How do you feel about yourself and how you're showing up in the situation? Because like you said, what's meant for you will be. And if you're showing up with integrity and honesty and as your true self, as goofy or flawed or whatever that is, that person that is meant for you will meet you there.
Yeah.
And if you're showing up as an inauthentic version of yourself or not in total truth or not being, you know, completely honest, maybe that's the reason that you're not being matched.
Exactly. Or that's the reason why you're being rejected. And
I'm a
the other
relationship
thing,
coach now.
totally is. But the other thing while you were talking, I was thinking sometimes, and this isn't for everybody, like sometimes it's just a complete outside reason that has nothing to do with you. But like there are times where I'll talk to a guy and he'll be like, she came off as too needy. She came off as too desperate. She came off as clingy. She came off as all of these things that aren't really who you are. So the more that you kind of center yourself and be like, I am good with who I am. I'm confident. I could take or leave pretty much anybody that comes my way until they show that they're worthy of my space. You know, it changes that dynamic. So if there is something that you can change to avoid being rejected, I'm all for it. Just understand that that's part of the story. Like that you can't assume that every person is, you know, rejecting you for that reason. They could have their own stuff too.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody has their own stuff.
We do.
Everybody. All right, so you're going to fix us up with some self-hypnosis. You are going to guide us through a beautiful session that is going to create confidence and self-worth and all the good feelings that we should have about ourselves. Magical. It is magical. So click the link below for part 2 of this video. I'm really excited to hand it over to you, and I will see you guys soon in another BEXLIFE video.
So now I'm going to start to bring you back out, awakening, refreshed and relaxed with all the confidence in your body, all the self-love filled. As I count you back out from 1 to 10, 1, starting to awaken.